UX questions. Your user experience questions answered in 3 minutes or less.
DK from Georgia asks, what are some good books about UX? I love that question. Thanks for asking, DK. This is UX question number 9, and I'm Ben Judy. What are some good books about UX? Well, hundreds of books have been published over the past few decades about various aspects of user experience. There are, however, a few foundational classics that I always recommend to anyone who doesn't already have deep familiarity with UX. Here are my top 5 book recommendations. Number 1, The Design of Everyday Things by Don Norman. This book will teach you not to blame the user, but to demand that intuitive guidance should be inherent in the design of all things. It was originally published in 1988. A revised and expanded edition was published in 2013. Number 2 on my list, The Elements of User Experience by Jesse James Garrett. I got a copy of this probably, around 2004 or so, and the diagram of the 5 elements helped me form my understanding of what UX is all about. This one also has an updated edition. Number 3 on my list, Don't Make Me Think by Steve Krug. It helps you understand why simplicity is the ultimate sophistication, as the old saying goes. And this one also has been revised and revisited by the author. I don't know where my copy is. I think I let someone borrow it. Number 4 on my list, Designing Visual Interfaces by Kevin Mullett. The examples may be outdated, but it will teach you that design isn't just intuitive. There are principles, patterns, rules, and psychological theory behind good visual UI design, which is so vital to good UX design. And number 5, UX Strategy by Jamie Levy, which organizes a very fuzzy, complex topic into 4 simple categories that you can begin to make sense of. Okay, a 6th bonus book, because it's been so influential to me, Org Design for Design Orgs, which probably won't mean much until you get into a design practice leadership position, but it's a very thought-provoking book. I can't stress enough how important it is to go back and read the older books to get a grasp on foundational principles that are timeless. Sure, you can find more modern books than these that I just mentioned, books with patterns and examples that are more recent, but those books won't do a better job of teaching why. They can show you how, but if you want to know the why behind being a UX designer or researcher, or UX leader for that matter, go back to the old books that have stood the test of time. Then you can go forward to more recent publications. If you're really itching for a more contemporary book, I'll recommend 2 publishers, A Book Apart and Rosenfeld Media. Links are in the description. But you know what? Reading an entire book can take days. Wouldn't you rather just get the answers in 3 minutes or less? Yeah, I thought you would. Hey, it's Ben Judy, and thanks for joining me for another episode of UX Questions. If you want to submit a question, I would love to answer it. Just go to uxquestions.com, type in your question, and submit the form. You can also leave a comment on the latest episode on YouTube. I do read your comments. You can help spread the word about UX Questions by clicking the share, like, and subscribe buttons on any YouTube video, sharing links to the podcast with your friends, and by becoming a patron of UX Questions on Patreon. You can subscribe at the $1 per month, $5 per month, or $10 per month level with different benefits and rewards at each level of support. Just visit patreon.com/uxquestions for all the details. If I've learned one thing about user experience over the course of my career, it's that there's always something new to learn, some new question to be answered. So keep those questions coming in and keep checking UX Questions. Your UX questions answered in 3 minutes or less.